YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Ray. I am the original ordinary guy, back again with another video for you fellas. The unattractive masculine man, female gaze versus male gaze, GAZE. Let me read you something off, man. The female gaze. This is what ChatGPT says about the female gaze. These are the key traits towards men: emotional accessibility, vulnerability, perspective of desire, mutuality, and humanization. That's the female towards the male. Now here's the male towards the female: objectification, sexualization, passive roles, camera perspective, never heard that one before, limited agency, right? So, as the unattractive to average masculine man, um, you are looked at from a male's perspective as a man that has it all together when it comes to women. A lot of men will put you in a category simply off of one thing and one thing only. It's because they think women like what they see, right? So since you're in shape, you're stable, things of that nature, pretty much you're in shape. I'll take that for the win. Pretty much because you're in shape, you seem like you have it together, even if these guys don't know you. Say these guys don't know you from a can of paint, but it looks like you have it together. You might talk real well. You might express yourself real well. You might walk a certain way, sit a certain way, stand a certain way, hold eye contact, have conversations a certain way, and men are looking at that like, oh yeah, this guy got it. He got women. He got the women. I know he got the women. Even if you don't. And the one way you can figure this out is if men come up to you and they ask you about women. They ask you for advice about women. They ask you, even though they've never seen you with women. Let's say they never seen you with a woman a day in their life. They never seen you talk to one. They never seen you text one. They never seen you hug, interact with one. Just because of the look or the way you talk or the way you carry yourself, from their eyes, it's like, oh yeah, this guy got it. This guy must have a boatload of women. This guy must know what he's doing around women. Even if you don't, you just make it look good. You just make it sound good. And it's natural. It look like it's natural for you. The men are going to look at that like, okay, yeah, let me go ask him. Let me go pick his brain because it looks like he knows what he's doing. See, the look is still being portrayed on the male, even though the male is not looking at the female. Because we look at women and be like, oh yeah, she's a this, she's a that. We go off, our first thing is looks. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. Women's is too. But in order to grasp them, you're gonna need a little bit more. But to grasp us, all you need is looks. And then we'll figure the rest out later. That's the God honest truth, right? And then we'll figure out if you're a good person or not later. Women, on the other hand, they might look at a man that's in shape, healthy diet, the same thing as the man, and be like, yeah, but he might be too disciplined. He might be too dedicated. He might be too this. He might be too that. Or he might just not be my type because I'm not into that lifestyle. But the men, they be like, oh, that's a good lifestyle. A woman would love that. A woman would love to be in that lifestyle. I know she would. Contrary to popular belief, that's not the case all the time. That's not the case all the time. That your lifestyle, I think I said this in the other video, your lifestyle can be a turnoff to women. Even if it is a righteous lifestyle, which is good. We want it to be a turnoff to certain women. We don't want all women to be attracted to our lifestyle because that'd be impossible. Masculine men aren't liked by a lot of women, right? We already said that. Masculine men don't have a boatload of women, but men that are not in touch with their masculinity don't understand that. They think just because you look a certain way, you have a boatload of women. If you look good, sound good, walk good, and you're still a feminine man, you might have a lot of women. But if you're a masculine man with that look and that walk, you don't have a lot of women because you can't tolerate a lot of women. There's no quantity of women that could uphold your standards, even if they are simple, right? Because being a feminine man is more passive, like I just said in there. It's more passive, so the woman has more leeway. She feels more, okay, we buddy, friends up. She don't have to, uphold her end of the bargain. So like I was saying before the technical difficulty, women don't have to uphold their end of the bargain because usually a man that is feminine doesn't have any standards. He doesn't have anything he holds the women to. So when you're going through and you're navigating through the world and people just look at you and they're coming up to you, men and women now. Men and women are coming up to you for certain things, or you might be in good shape, you might have good, healthy habits, you might have this, you might have a lot going on, but they don't know it's off of a look. And they could be completely wrong. I've been completely wrong. Like, oh, I know this nigga know what he talking about. I know he know what he talking about. Absolutely not. Trash. Feminine man. There was a guy I used to work with in Dallas it was a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy, man. He watches the channel. He gonna know this story. He came up to me talking about working out training because, I'm a personal trainer. And I told him, I said, yeah, that's cool. He said, man, I know you got all the ladies, man. I know you be knocking all the ladies down. Whoa. I said, what? I was like, nigga, what? He's like, yeah, I know because you're a personal trainer. You in good shape. You got six-pack abs, all this good stuff. You lean. This is when I was more lean. You're lean? I said, bro, nah. I said, I don't touch none of my female clients. He said, well, I know you got women outside of that. I said, bro, I don't. They don't find me attractive. He said, bro, how? From his perspective, he was looking at me like, bro, you lying because look at how good you look. Look at how in shape you are. Women should like that. That's what we're telling women. We're telling women, you should like those type of guys. You should like these type of guys from the male gaze. And and females are telling us, we need a little bit more in depth because, women want to be emotional. Once you get a woman emotional, you got her. You know what I'm saying? And you know how to get her through the emotions. We're not going to go through that. We'll do another video to that. But once you get a woman through her emotions, you definitely got it. Once you make her feel some type of way, you definitely got her. But the male gaze is looking at that like, he got to look good. This guy look good, so it's good enough. And it doesn't always work like that. Damn, it never works like that. So we have two different perspectives. And that's what I always tell guys. I'm like, bro, you've never seen me do anything with any woman. You've never seen me in action. Since I've been to Charlotte, none of these guys that have been asking me for female advice have seen me in action. But off the look, off the verbiage, off the talk, off the lifestyle, just off the charisma alone, it's like, yo, this guy, he knows what he's doing. I done had random guys, I don't know their names. I do not know their names. They don't know my name. You know what I'm saying? Some guys see me on YouTube talking, and then he comes to ask a question, right? Ask a female question. I said, okay, cool. I know what I'm talking about. He don't know I know what I'm talking about, but cool. I got females at work, they come ask me questions as well, but it's more on an emotional level. You know what I'm saying? It's more on let's see if this guy's emotional. I guess they can say emotional intelligence. You know what I'm saying? They can see, women will try to pick your brain. Like, I done had plenty of women at work, they try to pick my brain. Not because of how I look, but because, the look was good for them. But let's see if the look match up to how he can make me feel. And the men are missing that. They're saying, oh, you get a lot of women to approach you off of how you look, or you get a lot of women to ask you or want to work out with you off of how you look. Imagine this, right? I look good, but I don't make the women feel some type of way. The reason I had clients, you know what I'm saying? A lot of women clients, of course I look like I work out, but I make those women feel good. I made them feel a certain type of way. That's why a lot of guys was getting messed up. Like, bro, you don't understand. Yeah, the look is good, but if I didn't make them women feel good, if I didn't make them women feel like they were worth something, or I didn't make them feel important, they wasn't gonna pay me to train them. I had to tap into that side, in which I knew. I knew that would get them. I knew what to say. I knew how to make them feel. I knew what to show them. It was different. With my male clients, I just had to show them the look. I just had to show them, yeah, maybe women might come up to you, and that was good enough for them. Because that's all it was a look in women. But the women wanted to know how to feel. They wanted to feel good while they was training with me. They wanted to feel, vulnerable when they was training with me. They wanted to feel like they wasn't being judged. It was a different, I had to turn on different types of mode of myself. And that's what I'm saying. When the male gaze is on you, it's off of look. They're giving you what the women, what they would give the woman. like I just said earlier. And when the female gaze is on you, the women are trying to pull out of you what they want from the man. Women will try to pull it out of you. All 1,000 questions just to see. 1,000 questions just to validate one emotion of hers. Sad, happy, lonely, horny, whatever feeling she's feeling. 1,000 questions just to validate that one feeling. Men, hell no, just a look. And that was the difference between the female gaze and the male gaze. I realized that maybe I missed some points, of course, because it's so much deeper. But at face value, that's what I realized about it. I was like, whoa. There's no evidence. There's no footprint of me having, good work with women that these guys see. And I'm like, whoa. These questions are not this because they're finding me attractive. They want to feel good. Why do the women keep coming over and talking to you? They feel some type of way. Why do the men keep coming to talk to you? Because you look a certain type of way. Food for thought. Warning, advice, reality. I mean, I can make a part 37 of this. You know what I'm saying? This can go hella deep. But this is just the intro for this, man. I love this topic, and we're gonna expand on it more, all right? That's another day in reality. My reality. For your ass. Love.